The Michael Jordan documentary that's going on now. I'm assuming you're referring to the 1982
Yes.
team. Have you been watching the Michael Jordan documentary?
I have. It's really been very interesting because when Michael was here on campus, he was here when I was here, and so I don't know that I would say we were good friends, but definitely friends. And he was on the '83 Pan Am Games team, as was I, and so we got to spend some time together at that point, and it's been really interesting to watch. I mean, to see it from his perspective. It's I feel like I'm living through his lens, and just I don't know. It's interesting to be an athlete at that level and the things that you experience, good and challenging. But I found it very captivating. It's hard to not watch the whole thing.
Yeah, that's become one of our like quarantine activities as a family. Sunday night we all sit down, like make some sort of like dessert. Like this past week it was ice cream. We all sat down and we watch it for the 2 hours. Or this week we actually had to pause it. One of my parents fell asleep, so then we watched it the next day. But it's been like our main quarantine activity, especially since there are no live sports anymore. But that's definitely cool, I'm sure, from your perspective, to know somebody and then see this documentary that basically all of America is tuning in to watch and being like, oh yeah, like I lived through the 1982 national championship. I rushed Franklin. Like that's such a cool thing to be able to relate to, I think.
Well, it's a little absurd too, because we all call him Michael. When he was here, as I didn't see him as anything different than the rest of us. I mean, he's another student athlete. Just another student athlete who turned out to be, the best basketball player in the world. I'm proud. I mean, I really feel like our university has represented well at all levels, and I think Carolina Blue really stands out. I think there are people all over, obviously the United States and Europe and wherever, that are Tar Heel fans because of Michael, Amia, and all the others that have done so well.
Yeah, and I think something that I took away from it too was it's just kind of crazy to think that we're all a part of this Tar Heel like alum fan, and I was just like, wow, that's weird that I'm playing at the same university that like Michael Jordan did. That's something that I still am like, that's just such a strange thing to think about.